Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Roundtable. Today we got myself, Zeke Danger, and Kitty Man.
Yo.
Just introduce yourself, guy.
Hey, I'm Kitty Man. Call me Sam, Adrian, whatever. They're probably gonna call me Sam.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna call you.
Okay.
We got Mort.
Hi, Nick. Mort, mostly Nick.
Great introduction, Nick. And finally, we
Yep.
got here on the table the coolest guy I've ever met, Rollo Tony Browntown.
That's a sweet introduction. You can definitely just call me Tony.
Rollo Tony Brown.
God.
All right, we nailed it in one, guys. Good work.
That's all we needed.
We're calling it for the day.
That's it. I mean, Rollo Tony Browntown.
So starting off, everyone, Ghostbusters.
Okay, I hated it.
Really?
I hated the trailer.
It has potential. It
I
definitely.
thought the CG looked pretty good.
Kristen Wiig is in it, and she's fucking awesome.
I mean,
So-
yes, she is. I mean, but
I'm a little concerned about the writing.
it's.
I don't know. It seems too early to tell. They're not going to put their best stuff in the first trailer. I mean,
That's true.
Unless they don't have anything else to give, which I would assume that they do.
I like to hope that they do, but here's the problem. There's been a lot of, I'd say controversy over the remake as it is, because
Female cast.
everyone's wanted for the last couple of decades Ghostbusters 3, and now they're like, oh, well, Harold
Fuck it, new
Ramis,
Ghostbusters.
well, Ramis died, so it's kind of like, okay, fuck it, we have to start over. So we're all female cast, and everyone's kind of like, okay. My issue.
That's not how the nerd community was.
Equality.
I'm not saying that. They were outraged, but I'm saying it's been enough time that now it's kind of like it's happening. It's not just a theory anymore. They've filmed it. We're there. So I would assume that if they wanted to release a trailer to kind of dispel that kind of rage and shit, they would kind of step up with their best foot forward in some sort of way. But
I don't disagree on principle, but I think that's what they were going for. I mean, it calls back to the iconography that we're used to with Ghostbusters. We have
but are they?
the no ghost logo. We have the Ecto-1. We have the firehouse. Like, it's the things we're
but
used
the
to. It's
traps
even the
look
formula
different,
we're
and
used
even
to.
the proton packs look different.
Yeah, it's different enough that you realize it's going to be something new, but it's also familiar enough that you go, okay, well, this is what I remember.
They don't look too different from the cartoon show that came out in the 90s.
what was it
That's what
called?
it's following, I think, in terms of design. But
The real Ghostbusters, I think it was
the real Ghostbusters and then
Yeah.
Extreme Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I mean, plus the old cast is still semi in the movie. I mean, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, they're still going to be there.
I thought they were
Yeah.
just going to have cameos.
Yeah, well,
I think it's just to acknowledge that they exist. Because,
Yeah.
but here's my big problem with it is, okay, all female cast, yay for equality, forward movement, I guess. But they still went with, because it was done then, 3 white characters and 1 black character. And the circumstances surrounding the first Ghostbusters, they wanted all these other actors to play this and that. Like, they didn't initially want Rick Moranis. They wanted John Candy, stuff like that. But they wanted Eddie Murphy. They didn't get Eddie Murphy because he went to go do Beverly Hills Cop. It's like, okay, so they get in another person to play Winston. But even so, even though he was just some guy who came in from a fucking help wanted ad.
that was Ernie Hudson, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Shut up.
Okay.
Ernie Hudson. Thank you. By the way.
Why
Ernie
does that name
Hudson,
sound so familiar?
because he's Winston from the Ghostbusters.
I mean, what else did he do? He couldn't have just been just from Ghostbusters.
That's where you know him from.
He's in an episode on Robot Chicken.
See, there you go. That's exactly it. That's the only other thing you know him as. No,
Oh, yeah,
I'm just
Winston
saying.
from Ghostbusters.
The thing is, they made Winston a PhD. He was still a doctor. He was still he was skeptical, and he just kind of walked in from the streets. He wasn't passionate the way the other 3 were, and that's fine. They downplayed his role because it wasn't Eddie Murphy. It wasn't what they wanted. But you see this new trailer, and so they have the 3 characters, and then 3 white characters and 1 black character. The 3 white characters, the trailer showed us, oh, it's not just that they're interested in the paranormal. It's not just that they happen to luck into it, because they weren't, like, the original Venkman and all them were not geniuses. They were just guys into the paranormal and into that
Yeah,
business
that's what they
venture.
were studying.
But these fucking ladies are now super genius. You're the best at physics. You're the most amazing engineer, and this and that. And the black girl, what does she get to do? She knows New York, and she brings the car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
And unless they're just setting that up to look like that, and that's not all that there is to it. Which
But
is
she said it herself.
possibly-
You guys are all smart about that science stuff. I know New York.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't even know Winston had a PhD, to be honest. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it never came up in the movie.
Yeah.
And I think it did.
No,
but he
just
does.
showed up
But he
and-
did
Kinda
have a
came up
PhD.
that
he just needed a job. Like
Yeah, exactly.
he heard they were hiring. That was his entire like backstory.
And I quote, "I'll believe anything if there's a solid paycheck in it."
Right. He was skeptical about the whole thing. But again, written into his character was someone with a PhD. And they did flesh it out into the next movie and in the cartoon show. So they have stated, and it's canon in that universe, that he has a PhD. He is a scientist. And the trailer itself for this new movie said 4 scientists. This movie has 3 and a black girl who knows the streets. Why do they need to have a street smart black girl in the movie?
Well, they don't need to have anything. Saying why do they need something is frivolous in a discussion about a story because nothing is needed in it. You just have stuff. Sometimes things just happen. There doesn't always have to be a reason for it.
Okay,
I don't know. I feel like if we had made them all PhDs, and somebody would be out there complaining about the inverse of, oh, why do they all have to be PhDs? You already mentioned yourself that they're all, super smart and great at what they do. So we're already judging that aspect of it too. But now we're also judging the fact that they're not smart enough.
I'm judging what the trailer was shoving at us, and what it did tell us was that they were the best at this. They couldn't just be smart. They couldn't just be like we're smart enough. We can get through this. No, it's you're the best. Of course we'll be able to do it.
Well, but it's also a character in the movie saying this to another character. You're the best, isn't it? If I remember
That's
correctly.
true.
Yes.
It could be
So
opinion
it could
based.
just be
trying to-
it could just be psyching somebody up, like, hey, it doesn't matter that we're bankrupt and out of business. We're the best at this. We're gonna make it.
Yeah, I need you to be on my side.
I think that's the benefit of the doubt, but I'm judging it based on what they told us and what they presented in front of us, and that was, here are these 3 women who are amazing at everything, and then what they had the black girl relegated to was comic relief, and she's not a scientist. Like, they basically flat out said it. You guys are the smart ones, and it's really strange to see that in this movie that's supposed to be like empowering for women can do it too. It's like, yeah, but not the black girl. She's not going to be.
Is that what it's supposed to be, or is that just what people are?
No,
Assuming it's
that's actually what kind of they were pushing. They were like, yeah, let's do Ghostbusters. Why can't it be women? Like, it is
right,
very
but
much
that-
a statement in that sense.
I don't think it necessarily is. I mean, I don't know what 4 men I would pick to redo Ghostbusters. I don't know if 4 men better suited to it than Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy. I don't know who else
Actually,
you would.
in all honesty, I don't know if we should
Yeah.
be redoing Ghostbusters.
Right. So if you don't have like 4 perfectly suited male actors for it, and you can't possibly live up to the.
But they
standard that
are
we set
making a male
anyway.
version.
But what?
They're making 2 set. They want to make Ghostbusters they want to have a Ghostbusters cinematic universe to where you have. So here's a female movie. There's going to be the male movie, and then they'll have the crossover movie. That's the plan.
Well, I mean,
That doesn't mean you have to start with
years.
the male one, though. I mean, we've already had a male one.
No,
Like I said, hold on. They've been in business for 30 years. I mean, maybe they just hired all females. It doesn't necessarily have to follow. Oh, well,
They've set up so far that it's not a sequel. It's a reboot, separate storylines and all that.
Yeah,
yes,
it's
I know.
completely different.
I'm not saying that. I guess Tony did, but
Yeah.
the reason why I'm saying it's this female empowerment thing. Don't they have Chris Hemsworth as their secretary? That was the whole kind of like, oh, we're flipping the script. It's not a female secretary. It's a male secretary. Like,
Yeah,
it's a statement. They're making a statement. It's not just.
if you were trying to make if you're making Ghostbusters, if you're rebooting Ghostbusters, and you do happen to have an all women cast, you wouldn't cast another female secretary because part of the joke of the secretary was the the sexual tension. Like it's implied throughout the entire thing, and you can't do that as easily with a woman if you have an all woman cast. So the natural assumption would be go the complete inverse, which is beefcake, male eye candy, and who better than Chris Hemsworth? I mean, really.
No, I'm not saying that that's not it. I'm just saying that's more evidence to point out that it is trying to make a statement with it being an all-female cast.
But see, that doesn't sound like a statement to me. That just sounds like the only possible option. Like there is no other choice for casting the secretary in that scenario, other than casting a
why
really
can't there
guy.
be some like a lesbian Ghostbuster who likes a secretary, and that's sexual tension there.
Because
Why can't
straight
it be
privilege.
kind of a dumpy guy?
I mean,
why can't it be a
I'm
dumpy
totally
guy?
cool with it being a lesbian, but most of America isn't.
Yeah.
So
Well, most of America wasn't cool hearing about it being all female either.
That's true. There was a lot of rage about that.
There was a lot of backlash.
right, but it's pretty unpopular to be against women. I mean, it happens for sure, but it's still pretty unpopular, like to just hate on women for no reason. So you can only hate on the movie so much for who's in it. At a certain point, you're just tacking it on unnecessarily.
See, I don't much care I don't care about the casting issues. I just want to know if it's going to have a good story. If it's going to be as funny and as witty as the original Ghostbusters.
Well, it seems
That's the
like
main
it
thing
seemed
I
like
care about.
okay.
Me too, absolutely.
When I go back to think about the original Ghostbusters, I think what made it funny and made it work is that you have these characters and the situations they're getting in are funny, humorous, and you can play off of that. I think what the thing is, they're not doing that. The situation isn't going to be funny. They're making the characters funny, and so they're putting all the comedic weight on. Oh, what they're saying is wacky, not what happens to them is wacky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're cranking it up to 11. And guys, you guys need to be jokey. It's all on your shoulders. It's gonna be cookie cutter Ghostbusters.
Sam,
What's up?
he's a little too early to tell about that.
Look at the trailer. Look at how they advertise it. They told you the bare bones story of what it was. We're the only ones that can do it. Black girl brings the car. There's a device that amplifies paranormal activity. They can possess people now. So all the beats that are going to happen if you really sit there and listen to what they're giving you. They're giving you this information.
Well, right, but I don't think anybody expects them to do anything wildly different. I mean, the same thing with Star Wars. People don't expect people to deviate from the formula too much. Like we have an expectation of what Ghostbusters is in our heads, and we kind of expect even a reboot to kind of follow that trend. So we
know the beats. And that I was when talking trailers, this trailer just wasn't good because it showed you that it was just going to be a bare bones thing. There's no tension. There's no to me the stakes aren't really there.
Yeah,
because
it came across as instead of being like a comedy thriller, it felt more like a comedy.
Yeah, it's an SNL skit based on the Ghostbusters. It feels like they're not actually giving a shit. It's just,
oh my God,
this is what a SNL spoof of the Ghostbusters would be.
You just made that's like comparing this movie to any SNL movie that came out, like The Ladies' Man.
Yeah, it's not actually telling a story in the same sense. It might feel like that, but I think that they're putting it all on what can the funny people say instead of what situations can we put them in that are going to be funny. Again, the joke isn't the situation or what's happening. The joke is them. They're the joke.
I don't know. I think it's too early to tell. I think if you're going to reboot Ghostbusters, which they clearly have decided to do, I can completely see your first trailer being one to put people at ease, to just remind them hey, we're not taking this too seriously. It's not going to be a gritty reboot where we have this world taken over by demons and whatever. It's still Ghostbusters. It's still mostly to be funny.
It's still comedy.
The whole point is to be funny, to be enjoyable. Yeah, they're a ghost, and yeah, we're gonna make them scary, and there's gonna be CGI involved, so be prepared. But it's not gonna be handled the wrong way. That's what trailer 1 should be for this kind of movie. So the fact that it's mostly jokes and mostly showing off hey, here are some scenes that feel familiar, even though there's different people and it looks a little bit different. You know, you're still used to seeing a ghost in some sort of library or office building vomiting on someone. That makes sense.
I would have
That's
loved it if they
familiar.
just used, like, just as a throwback, just use the original design for the library ghost.
The whole fucking movie is gonna be a throwback, though. Like, I think it's
Yeah,
gonna
but
be a
if
lot of tongue in cheek. Like, hey, remember that? Remember that?
I mean, Slimer's in the movie.
That's true. Well, I mean, ghosts don't really die, so I mean, there's some leeway there in a way if they don't trap them ever. It's okay.
Well, and Slimer was in the original movie, and I mean, if we're okay with him then we shouldn't be upset with him now because he was just as ridiculous and kind of
He
hokey.
was the joke.
Then. Yeah, the butt monkey of the ghost world.
Yeah. Let's see.
I
What do you call him?
I get that. I
Level
get
3
that it's too
floating
early to tell.
vapor.
Say that again.
Slimer was just a level 3 floating vapor.
Right.
I get that it's too early to tell. I'm just saying that the first impressions definitely have me worried and didn't put me at ease as I guess it should have.
It has me more curious.
It has me worried, and I know I'm not the only one because in an hour of it being released, it had equal number of likes and dislikes at like over 7,000. Like that's pretty. That's pretty
Sure,
telling.
but I mean, I feel like most trailers that come out nowadays have pretty much a fairly equal split. Like people complained about the first Star Wars trailer. Like immediately after, the first thing we see is just John Boyega's face, and people are already upset because there's a black stormtrooper. Like you
that
can't,
was
you
more
can't make
people
people
being
happy.
racist.
It's definitely people being racist, but people are being kind of sexist about this, so it's fairly connected.
But that had nothing to do with the trailer. That was more like Star Wars marketing. Speaking of, if we're just talking about broad marketing, Star Wars kept it as vague and hidden as possible. And so, like, little reveals like that did cause big reactions because, again, they didn't say anything. You didn't know the story. I mean, yeah, once you got in there, you're like, oh, okay, I know every beat. Like, we'll be
right,
fine.
because it followed the same formula that Star Wars did. It
Followed
knew what
the
it was, and
exact
it
same
stuck with
formula.
it. Which is what people wanted. They wanted a fresh take on the same formula. If we didn't, we'd watch something else.
If we didn't, it'd be episode 1.
Right.
Please don't talk about episode 1.
I'm just saying that
It still
this
hurts.
trailer doesn't do anything for me. It's kind of like there are bad trailers. Like there are bad trailers to decent movies, like Melissa McCarthy's Spy. The trailer was fucking awful. It made it look stupid. Like it just wasn't cut right. It looks dumb. But the movie itself, not bad.
Oh, it's like that Robert De Niro movie that came out a while ago. The Intern.
Yeah, The Intern. It looked awful. But the only problem I had with the movie was the music. Like literally, the movie itself was fine. I didn't like the music cues. But that's a discussion for a whole nother time. Getting real specific about The Intern. I remember I watched it with my parents, but like those music cues bothered the fuck out of me. Like this is how you should be feeling. You should be feeling sad right now.
Bad audio can destroy a movie.
He ate the entire top part, like all the bread.
Yes, he did.
Oh, I'm sorry. The dog ate some of my sandwich.
Word to the wise, do not leave barbecue unattended in the house. It will either be eaten by the dog or the baby, and I'm not apologizing for either.
And this has been Stacy's Words of Wisdom.
This is going in. We're not
Yeah, I'm cutting that out.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the trailers matter. Like again, Batman v Superman. That first trailer that literally revealed acts 1, 2, and 3. Like it's a 2.5 hour long movie, but I know what's gonna happen and where and when it's gonna happen now.
I mean, you're probably right, but I just want to point out that we actually haven't seen the movie, so we don't really know that.
No, I'm not saying that it's not gonna mean the movie itself's not gonna be bad. I'm just saying that the trailer has now given me
be a bad trailer.
Yeah, it's given me most of the plot points. Like I know what's gonna happen. I see the tension. I see their ideological differences. I see them fighting a little bit. I see the makeup. There's Wonder Woman. Here's Doomsday.
You're fucking
See where it's gonna head next. You know.
And you're probably right, but some small part of me is really just gonna die laughing when it turns out that everything we've seen is like within the first half hour, and then it's like
That
2
would be
hours of something
amazing.
completely different.
It's
Like that big clash where Wonder Woman pops in is at minute 22.
You know
The
what?
next 2
That's
hours
brilliant.
are like it's like I don't know, like a courtroom drama or something. Something
That
just
would
off
be
the wall.
amazing, and I approve that idea.
No, you know what I want it to be? That's going to be the first half hour, all that, and then they bring out Darkseid, and that's the next half hour. But the next hour and a half is them all signing like insurance papers to join the Justice League, and they're sitting there doing paperwork. They're like, who wants this locker? Well, it's closer to the
it's
door.
Superman
Okay, so you have
Solitude
4%.
scratches his butt.
You got 4% 401k matching, and then if you put in 4%, we'll match that an additional time. So you can get up to 12% if you're willing to put the money in. And it's just like Batman sitting there looking. He's like, you know what? I don't really need money. I'm actually good.
Like,
And then and then it's going to
I
be
should
like
have my
Cyborg.
lawyer with me.
No, Cyborg's going to be complaining. He's going to be like, can the Flash? Can I not be the last locker? The Flash can just run super fast. Can he have the last locker? It doesn't
Like,
matter
I really
to
need
him.
a top locker. I'm 7 feet tall. Martian Manhunter can change to a shorter person. I really think it's just fair
It's just
to
more
put him on bottom.
practical if I have a top locker.
He morphs into his clothes. Does he really need a locker? I
Right.
mean, really.
It's basically just for fun for him anyway. So, I mean, really.
Now that's a movie that I would pay
I
to
would watch
see
that
it.
movie. I would love that.
The Justice League office drama.
It just turns into The Office. Like, you have Wonder Woman and Superman being fucking Pam and Jim. Like, and they look at the camera, break the fourth wall.
It would be Dwight.
Batman.
I'd say it'd be Martian Manhunter.
Nah, I think it'd be better if it was Batman. Because he's super serious and he's like, no, we're going to fight crime. And Superman's just kind of like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Sure,
whatever,
Bruce. I like it. I like the idea.
So do I. That needs that. DC, are you listening?
They definitely are.
DC's a person. Just like that
yeah,
down
isn't
in
it initials
4chan.
for like Don Cheadle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Don Cheadle is the entire company.
Yeah.
Which is weird given that he's in the Marvel movies. I mean, I don't know how that works out, but
He's playing both sides. Because he's Don freaking Cheadle.
I mean, I don't know. I still would have liked Terrence Howard to continue.
Yeah.
But
But who wants that to continue really other than you?
Terrence Howard, he fucked
yeah,
up.
he definitely did.
He fucked up.
He was big on that idea, I think.
What an idiot.
Was it just him demanding more money? Was that it?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think that he saw the potential, but didn't know how to play the long game. And that was a big problem because they were all starting to sign these long contracts, but he didn't. Like, he signed for that one movie because it was kind of the start. And whenever he was trying to ask for fucking Robert Downey Jr. money,
Meh.
and it's like, you do that, like Robert Downey Jr. waited until Avengers to really fucking sell that shit and put the package on. So that was several movies. He did not wait, and they were like, fuck it, we're getting someone else. Give me the list of black actors.
Just pick one. Doesn't matter.
All 6 of them.
Will Smith, Don Cheadle, that one, that's the one. Really?
Perfect.
Second choice? The second on the list. That's it. That's what we're going with.
Why would Don Cheadle be second after Will Smith?
Well, third was Zoe Saldana, and she's already taken. So
There you go.
I'm just saying, don't put Will Smith above Don Cheadle.
I'm sorry, but he so far has been a bigger box office star.
That may be true, but, I don't like him.
I mean, you used to get jiggy with it. Don't even.
I never
play
got
that.
jiggy with
You
it.
got jiggy.
I never
we all got jiggy with it.
We were all
No,
fresh.
We all got jiggy with
But
it.
I did know parents just don't understand.
That's wiggity wiggity whack. Wait, that's someone else.
We're not going to be able to clear any of these songs.
I mean, we're not actually singing them. We're fine.
Yeah, we're just talking.
We're probably
I mean,
okay.
isn't it true? Don't parents just not understand?
That is true. I've heard that.
I heard that once or twice.
Heard it a whole bunch of times.
So, did you guys see the Daredevil season 2 trailer? Oh, there's 2 of them, part 1 and part 2.
did.
Yes.
Tony
Really?
apparently hasn't seen Daredevil. He hasn't even seen season 1 of Daredevil.
Yeah. Rolo Tony don't get it.
I don't like Daredevil.
No, you didn't like the movie with Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
Nobody
Yeah.
liked what Kevin
Affleck was
Smith did to Daredevil. Nobody liked what Kevin Smith did to Daredevil. But that's not Daredevil's fault. We don't blame the victim.
I blame Ben Affleck.
Affleck did good for what he was given.
The director's cut
He
wasn't
did a
that
great
bad.
job at auditioning for Batman for the future. Which kind of felt like that's what that was.
I just feel like the director's cut wasn't too bad, but overall the movie was just weak.
I'm not sure I saw the director's cut.
Me, I didn't.
Because the whole thing is, the studio wanted the Elektra love story angle, and the original script didn't really have that. And so all that was very shoehorned into the script.
That's for damn sure it was.
And the director's cut kind of minimizes the effect of that. And it's not as bad, but it's still pretty bad because it's still the same,
It's still pretty
acting.
terrible.
Yeah, but the new season.
I can't wait to see how they're going to play up Punisher.
He's definitely going to be shooting people.
You
That's
guys
good,
remember
that's-
that one crossover with DC where the Joker came out and actually said he was afraid of Punisher?
No. That's
Yeah.
pretty killer, though.
Yeah, because Punisher was actually going to end him.
Right. Because he doesn't have that silly little rule that Batman has about not killing people. It's kind of his shtick. Like, that's really all he does is kill people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frankly, if most
So-
superheroes
Glorious
act
day.
like the Punisher for an hour, it would solve a majority of their problems.
It's true.
I think the interesting thing I think they're going to do, and again, I don't have doubts because of how well Jessica Jones.
Like
Jessica
all
Jones.
those Netflix series are doing.
Yeah, the way how well they've been handled. I'm not too worried about how they're going to handle Elektra and everything else.
No, I'm not worried at all. Jessica Jones was amazingly well done.
It was. I was actually a little surprised.
I mean, it tackles some really tough subjects to do right in a TV show,
Yeah.
and did a great job with it. I mean, really.
Well, would you really call it a TV show? It's more of like a...
I mean,
Web
you have to
series?
classify a TV show. Like it's really hard to say. It's not a web series. Like it's one of those things where you have to have a certain classification to be taken seriously. Like hearing the word web series just really doesn't cut it.
That's
Yeah,
true.
as far as the genre, or the format, I guess, is concerned, it's a TV show.
Yeah, I'll give you guys that.
So I'm not really worried, but it's still
I'm excited.
it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be great to see how they incorporate the Punisher, incorporate Elektra, how they're going to acknowledge Fisk. Like I know they're gonna throw something in there.
They have to.
Will they acknowledge Luke Cage, Jessica Jones? I don't know.
I think if they did, it'd just be a nice little like cameo thing.
Has Luke Cage started filming yet?
I think that they're filming soon, like in April.
There could be some crossover there.
I mean, not even they don't have to show them, just bring it up.
Yeah, like they did in the first few episodes where they talk about the New York incident.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I'm sure they'll talk about like an event where, like, some sort of reference to the mind control thing.
Yeah.
Because I do think that whenever you had, I forgot her name now. What's her face saying like maybe we created this, like with the Yakuza coming in. Like I'm thinking that they might reference the fact that they've opened up for even
More
shenanigans.
Yeah, shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
That's not the right word, but it'll work.
It'll work in this sense.
Oh, those silly Yakuza shenanigans.
It's exciting, but you know what really bothers me?
What really
Because
bothers you?
they have the ability to do what they want on Netflix, right? So that's why it was bloodier, it was more violent, it was more close to the comics than they've ever come with any of their properties. And it really pushes the boundaries because like the way Nick said, Jessica Jones pushed a lot of things like rape.
Oh
and
yeah.
The psychological torture. And
Abusive relationships in general, I mean, just really nailed. Just, I mean, in an incredibly real way.
Yeah. I mean, it was interesting.
it's definitely something that I know
They wouldn't be
enjoy.
able to get away with half of the stuff they've pulled in network TV.
Oh, no.
Possibly HBO, but
But I don't think HBO would pick it up.
nah, they couldn't. I don't think they have the
They wouldn't have taken the risk on it prior to it being proven to have worked.
true.
Yeah.
True.
Not
true,
with
true.
them already having the biggest show in the world. Like, they don't have to take a whole lot of
Yeah, I
risks
mean,
like that right
how
now.
can they? I mean, they'd be lining up with Eastbound and Down, the biggest show in the world.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's exactly it.
Kenny P, baby. Like
I'm really excited to see if Kenny P, is really dead or not this next season.
Yeah, me too. I don't think he is, because there's a season.
We'll find out.
But the thing I don't like is that it's been kind of teased because of the way they're doing it. It's gonna have then Deadpool comes out, so we're having the Deadpool effect, where this rated R film, because on TV, on Netflix, whatever, it's not. It's mainstream, but you have to still have a subscription to look for it.
Yeah.
But like a movie's out there. Deadpool came out, rated R, made a shit ton of money on like no budget, and now
Still making money.
still making
Yeah.
money. Yeah, but people are gonna get the wrong idea from the wrong lessons are gonna be taken from this. It's not gonna be if you are close to the source material, much like Daredevil is, it requires it to be bloody and violence to have these themes. Same with Jessica Jones. The abusive relationships, this and that. These themes that are very adult and mature. If you are allowed to explore those things within a
create
rating,
some great content.
yeah, and that's what Deadpool is. Now Wolverine's gonna be rated R. They're talking about remaking Spawn.
Spawn doesn't need to be remade.
But
I think
also
they got it
Spawn
right the
could
first
not
time.
be done. Spawn couldn't be done with any, justice.
They got it right
Without
the first
being
time.
R.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying if you are going to make Spawn, you can't not make it rated R. So that's almost unfair to equate it. And doing Wolverine rated R, if that's what they end up doing, isn't necessarily outside the realm of possible either. I mean, it does make
depends on
sense
what
for the
story they're
character.
telling.
We're talking about doing Old Man Logan, I heard.
Yeah,
Ooh.
they're talking about Old Man Logan, and
Which would make sense.
they're talking because it's his last movie, so why
Yeah.
not age him up?
Right.
Make him sexy as fuck. Just have him ripped, but gray hair. You're done.
Right. Make him sexy like he isn't already.
Do things to that man.
I don't know. Michael J. White, who played Spawn, he wasn't really a nice guy.
No, you tell him your
Yeah.
story, Tony.
What? That he got shown up by the baby, man. He got all pissed off.
Well, that's not really. That's a very truncated version of that story,
Yeah,
Tony. You gotta.
Let's get some details going. I was there with you. I saw it happen.
So we go, and we met Kevin Sorbo. He stopped us, took a picture with the baby because we had the baby dressed up as a. What did we have him that day? Was the Ewok? Yeah.
Yeah, he was the Ewok.
And so we go, and Kevin Sorbo was like, "I gotta take a picture with you," and he takes a picture with the baby and posts it on his Facebook. We were like, "Oh my God, Kevin Sorbo!" And then we met Josh Martin, who voices Majin Buu, and he gave
We got to
Ryder
have dinner with him.
Yeah, we got to have dinner with him. He held the baby. He was chilling. He's feeding him. And he's a really cool guy. Josh Martin's a really great entertainer. And then
Really nice guy.
Stacy was like, "Well, I wanna get a picture with Michael J. White."
White.
Yeah, whatever. I call it Jay. I don't care.
Apparently, he was getting pissy. It's pronounced Ja.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. Anyway, so we're sitting there, and Stacy's next to take a picture with him or get a picture and an autograph.
And
and all
get his
that shit.
autograph and get a picture with him, all that good stuff.
And as we're going, someone stops us right in front of him and was like, "Oh my God, can I get a picture of the baby and y'all?" And we're like, "Sure." So, we hold up the line, the lady takes a picture of the baby and just walks off entirely. Not Doesn't care who's sitting at that table giving autographs. And you just see him in this look of like shock on his face. And he's like, I just got showed up by a baby. And he wasn't joking or laughing, like an all serious, very stern face, like he was pissed off. And that attitude was like, I don't want to watch any more of his movies ever again. But
no, Tyler Perry.
What?
He was in a bunch of Tyler Perry movies.
Was he really?
Yeah.
yeah, that's he went and got his autograph. Not because of Spawn or anything, but because of Tyler Perry movies.
Weirdly enough, I don't watch a lot of those.
I know.
Why not?
How
They're
weird.
They're so well written and well I can't get through
They were
that.
so well directed. And,
I mean, I've heard the screenplays were just top notch.
Actually, apparently they work incredibly well as plays, and they
Yeah, I was
have a
gonna say
hard time
as
transitioning
theater
into
on
movies.
theater, I hear it works really well, but in a movie, it's not the same medium. So
I've seen them all.
I'm sure you have, Tony.
You have no choice in the matter.
Yeah. They suck.
There's another Medea. Tony, you're going because this is Stacy approved.
Oh my lord!
But yeah, they apparently, and again, it makes sense for some things. The Killing Joke. They apparently have the green light.
Yes, didn't it already start not filming but being animated?
Yes, but again,
Whatever they do with animated movies.
I don't know if they are going to
Begin.
make it R-rated, but apparently they have the go-ahead if they so choose to make it R-rated.
I think they should.
If you're
would
gonna
be
do
nice.
the Killing Joke, you should.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a very dark story.
Yeah, it's not the feel good comedy of the year.
Thinking about the Killing Joke again, I made myself say it.
I
Yeah,
don't
I don't know.
understand why, Sam. That joke was fun.
The future of all these superhero movies, like I know people who are entering that fatigue.
Oh yeah, it's just like the vampire craze a couple of years ago, or the zombie craze that we're getting out of now.
Well, I mean, as long as they keep being inventive with it, because Guardians of the Galaxy was the fun space adventure we've all been waiting for. Like we didn't have Star Wars yet, so we got it. We got it somewhere.
Yeah, we got our fun space times.
Winter Soldier was a spy thriller. Like we got it. We got what we wanted there.
I think that's what's been working for Marvel is they're not making the same type of movie each time. It's a different
Yeah, it's,
concept.
Yeah.
You've got your Ant-Man's heist movie. I mean that's what works so well for Marvel is that they keep mixing it up constantly.
Which I hope Doctor Strange works really well in terms of being a magic movie, kind of a horror.
I figured it'd be like a gateway movie.
What do you mean by that?
Like somewhere in the world, someone opens up a portal to something, and Doctor Strange is doing his thing to stop it.
I mean, it's still magic. I mean, but I hear it's going to have that kind of horror elements in there.
Yeah.
So,
well, like
I mean, I like that
always referred
idea.
to that kind of movie as a gateway movie because that's what they're doing. They're trying to close some kind of gateway.
I mean, that's cool. I don't really mind whatever it is they do. I just hope it's good.
Yeah. Who'd they get to play Doctor Strange again?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh yeah, that douche.
What?
I'm just saying that to make people mad.
Oh, okay.
I crave attention.
Hashtag controversy.
Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch, if you're listening, fuck you.
Come and fight me.
If
find
you'd like
me,
to come on
bro.
the show and defend yourself,
Yeah.
Email us.
This is no way apart to try to get you out here.
Not even the slightest.
This is all legit feelings that we have for you, grr.
Zeke is gonna fight you in real life
Yeah.
anytime you want.
Fight me
One-on-one.
IRL. 1v1
One-on-one
me.
Fox only, Final Destination, no items.
Oh, God.
You didn't sound happy with that joke, Sam.
I did not. Not at all. Oh, that reminds me. You have issues with Street Fighter V.
I do.
But, like, I don't know. What's wrong with it? Like, it seems... Everyone's mad. I don't get it.
Well, I understand why a lot of casual people are mad. I like the game, the fighting is there, everything that needs to be there for a long-term player is there. Casual players, however, there's nothing for you. Like, at launch, there were server issues, which goes without saying. Every game that launches now has server issues. I understand that. I forgive that. But it's missing a competent story mode, challenge mode. Online, if you do want to play with a group of friends, you can't because battle lobbies only hold one person. So you can't do a round-robin game, you know? You can't simulate being with your friends. And then there's some technical issues that I have issues with.
I think
Like,
the lobby issue, I think that's something that is so crucial in structuring any sort of online play. I don't understand how that's not forefront in the design and coding forefront.
they said that's going to get patched in, but we'll see. Because I think it's supposed to be patched in sometime this month. But again, this is Capcom, so who knows? And it's not just Capcom. Like, it's a Capcom Sony project, since Sony's essentially bankrolling everything. And let's be real, Sony isn't exactly the best when it comes to keeping their projects well funded.
What?
Yeah, I said it.
Was
Hashtag
that, was that controversial? Was that a controversial
That was
statement?
controversy.
How?
I don't know.
It's true. I mean, essentially they're just doing it to undercut Xbox. Because now that it's not going to see an Xbox release, it pissed off a lot of people in the community. Just for that one sole reason, because now they actually have to get it on PC or PS4. And some people only got a console just to keep up with the new fighting games. That's another issue for another time. I want to talk technical. I want to talk what I think needs to be done about the game. Right now, this is straight out of the box. I figured out how to do a 25% combo, just raw. 25% damage, 4 hits. They need to do something about the damage scaling.
Is that high? Is that
That's
low?
really high.
I don't know. Like, I'm not as into it.
25% damage is 1/4 of the life bar.
I know what percentages mean.
I'm just saying.
Like, I just don't know if that.
You're not supposed to be able to pull off round-ending combos like with almost no practice.
Do you feel that just the barrier of entry is too high, too low?
I think it's a little too low, and I don't like saying that because I like new players. I want to see the community grow, but at the same time, there does need to be a bit of a bigger skill gap. Like, and I came up with 2 solutions for this. One would be to increase the damage scaling, and what that means is, do you guys know what damage scaling is?
Nope.
No.
I
Okay.
mean, I know what scaling means, and I know what damage means.
Basically, damage scaling is the longer your combo goes, the less damage each individual hit does. See,
Okay.
so, and the fact that I'm pulling off 24% damage combos in, what I say earlier, 4 hits. Yeah, you need to do something about that. Each hit needs to do significantly less damage upon completion, just to, not end rounds so fast.
Yeah.
I mean, would another solution be just increasing the health pools across the board?
You could do that. That might throw off the overall balancing. But another idea that I had, like Capcom, if you're listening, that would
At Capcom Unity?
yeah, if you guys are listening, bring back one-frame links.
What
make those
what the
combos
hell
harder
is
to
a
pull off
one-frame
again.
link?
Do what?
What is that?
Okay, one-frame links. Essentially, you have 1 frame of animation to get your input in to cancel and keep the combo going. Really hard stuff to do for amateur players. And they took that out to make it more welcoming to new players. Which I totally get. Again, I want more new players. But at the same time, with that and combos being able to be so easily performed, you need to do something just to rebalance everything. I don't like being able to end around against the scrub because you know, I can do the combo so easy. I want to work for my combos, damn it.
I don't know. It just seems like there isn't much change. And again, maybe again, I don't play it as frequently or as competitively as you do. Is it really that big of a difference from like Ultra to 5?
Yes. Like, Ultra had a higher skill gap. But to me, I'm going to get some hate for saying this. I just don't think it felt good. It had bad game feel. It felt very floaty, very... What's the word? Didn't feel like Third Strike, for those of you who know what that is.
Oh God, but fuck Third Strike.
Third Strike is
I
amazing.
hate how much Third Strike gets jerked off.
Well, because it was an amazing fighting game.
I mean, I get it, but like everyone who jerks it off, like I don't know.
We jerk it off for a reason. We are on its nuts for good measure.
I'm still about 2 Championship Turbo Edition.
Well, another one that was good is Fractured Space. That one's pretty good if y'all played it.
No, which one's Fractured Space?
The one where you control capital ships, just go at it.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, me,
Doing your
Vince,
space games.
Cody. Hell yeah, dude, I love space games.
Because you'll never be an astronaut.
I know, I'm too fat. Not smart enough.
I don't think that's the reason why you never
Fuck
go.
off, Sammy. Fuck off.
Just saying.
It's okay, Tony. I believe you won't be fat.
Ugh. But no, I mean, I don't know, the space games, that genre, I mean, just, it's good. And there's been a lot of good titles in that genre. Of course, Star Citizen, and, you know, Eve has been big for a long time, but Eve's big to a select player base. Everyone on Eve is pretty much an asshole. Like, you have to be an asshole in that game.
Is that why you play it?
That is. Like, dude, I was flying a freighter, and freighters take forever to train. I mean, you're looking at, like, 60, 70 days of nonstop training just to fly a freighter.
Like real 60, 70 days?
Yeah, it's real time. And
God, that just sounds
That
awful.
sounds terrible.
Oh my
That's
God.
that's a job.
well, I mean, you can actually, you know, set your player or your character to train and then log off, and it'll train while you're logged off. Like, I have 45 days worth of training in my skill queue, and in 45 days it'll be done. I don't have to
Yeah,
log
that's
in.
cool. I like paying a monthly subscription to have a gameplay itself in the background where I'm not even playing.
Well, some people
Right.
do. I mean, I enjoy it, so fuck off. But anyways, so Eve has a real working economy, and the ships are about 2 billion or 1 point something billion, and a billion is about $20 in conversion. So I'm flying this ship, dude, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go pick up my other ship from my other, you know, space stations, and it was like 20 jumps away, and it's probably, I don't know, since I was just doing autopilot, it was probably a 20-30 minute flight time. So
Oh man, that just sounds like the most riveting, exciting, action-packed, adrenaline
Well, it is.
fueled.
It can be.
So you pay a subscription to buy ships with real money so that you can hang out for a month while they fly.
no, not at all.
Because
So
I
while
feel like
you
this
hang
isn't
out
getting
for a month
described
while
the
you
way
wait
that they
to fly
would.
them.
No,
Right.
you,
While you train to fly them. 'Cause I feel like the game
Well, yeah,
developers would
fly them,
probably
and then you'll
advertise
fly
it
them.
differently.
you'll fly them in a fleet, and that fleet, I mean, the battles are pretty crazy.
Do you
But,
go through training maneuvers?
No, unless your corporation wants you to, but I mean, you'll do like little mock-up fleets, go cruising, and try to find enemy fleets. And
Do you do
Anyways.
flyovers at like the Intergalactic Super Bowl?
anyways, back to my story. I'm flying this freighter, and I'm finally almost to my station. And I had the computer on the couch because I was watching TV, and I look at my ship, and my ship doesn't look like it's going through the gate. So I go to my computer, and some asshole is bumping me off the gate, and it's keeping me from warping. And he's trying to hustle me. He was like, "Oh, if you don't give me, 500 million, I'm gonna blow you up." And I told him I don't negotiate with terrorists.
Of course, America.
Good.
I ejected out of my ship
Damn
and
straight.
struck and took off. So I wasted like 20 actual dollars. Well, I didn't waste $20. That's the value of it. But
It sounds like you wasted it.
our ship blew up. and because I don't negotiate with fucking terrorists, and simple as that.
And now you're out $20.
Yeah, well, not really, but yeah. What's up, babe?
I think we need Stacy's opinion on this. Get Stacy. Get
I think
Stacy.
we
Yeah,
do.
we need a female opinion on this.
It's Eve. She hates it when I play Eve.
Stacy,
What's that?
do you think that it's perfectly acceptable to pay what's this subscription? $15 a month?
Yeah.
So a $15 a month subscription to fly a $20 ship that took you 45 plus days in real time to train to even use, and then blowing it up. See, that side just says it
Basically
all.
for a joke,
I blew it up because I didn't want to give it up to terrorists.
so you can make that joke. It was a $20 joke, which I respect. I really do. Let's just call it what it is.
My
$20 joke.
I don't think you should spend actual time and actual money on things that don't matter outside the computer. On things that don't matter offline.
Well, it's not like I actually spent $20.
I don't think it should matter. Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. That would have to mean I bought a voucher, sold it on the market, then bought the ship, which I didn't do.
Can I just ask you something? How much money have you spent on Eve since you started playing, since day one? How much actual, real, physical money have you spent?
That requires a lot of math.
Uh-huh.
My $15 subscription. Now, if you want to talk about games in general and microtransactions, you're looking upwards probably about $5,000.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Goddamn.
Wow.
You've spent $5,000 real dollars, like actual money in hand.
But that's
money.
over years.
No,
yes.
I don't care how long it has been.
Sammy, you got him in trouble.
Actual factual money
Yes,
on
of
things
course.
that don't matter offline.
They're
Yeah.
gonna be accessories to murder.
I mean, you got to think, I bought gold on World of Warcraft, gold on EverQuest
Wait, you
2.
bought gold?
Yes. And then, what else?
You sounded so offended.
Yes, that is. Ugh.
What else? Well, fuck you, Sammy. You didn't give me gold.
Because I earned my own.
I don't shit. What? That's because you were raid leader and you took all the fucking little shit and sold it on the market. I didn't get that luxury, so fuck off.
That all
know
went
it's
into the guild bank. What are you talking about?
But anyways, and then Sammy is embezzling WoW gold. So I mean, he's an
Which
embezzler.
makes him smarter.
It has-
Not
it
spending
has
real money
a-
on it.
No, it has a money log that other people check. There's no way I could be embezzling it.
On things
Uh-huh.
that don't matter offline.
Yeah, but it was before,
Why?
you know.
Give me a good, solid reason why.
It was before he met you.
Because I wanted to
Okay,
have the
let
best.
me rephrase this. How much actual factual money since you and I had met, moved in together?
Tread carefully. Tony.
Oh,
This
see,
a
this
trap.
is different.
I just
I
want to
mean,
know.
in subscription fees, probably
No, not
five.
just for not just
Well, that calculates into
all of it.
this.
No, I want all
It's
of it.
probably $500.
So before I came along, you spent $4,500 online.
Yeah.
I doubt that. I think that's a much smaller number. First. Of
Well,
all.
you know what?
Second-
You think it's less?
Believe what you want. Shut up, Sammy.
So second, I think you spent a lot more on World of Warcraft. On
I didn't
Eve,
spend. It's not so much on World of Warcraft. It was like, not even Eve. It was.
He was playing
Didn't you buy
RuneScape.
me a year subscription so you can get them out?
I don't know. I think when you spend real time stressing about things online that don't make a fucking difference offline, like once you log off, you have a whole other life. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me to spend so much time on it.
I am
See,
helping.
but you say that like if he had another life offline. At the time, he didn't.
What else make money?
Yes.
He
Why?
still doesn't.
He still doesn't.
Because who's to say one day they don't play my game and
They
I have
won't.
microtransactions and you know they spend money on that. So
Why, when they can fucking use all the money that you spent doing things in real life?
yeah,
Like
With
coke
all
on
that-
hookers. Wait, no.
I don't want to buy hookers. I'm good.
Ooh, I would hope.
You
Strippers.
don't buy hookers, you rent them.
You never buy hookers. You
Yeah.
rent hookers.
They're on loan.
Well, I don't know.
I
What's his
don't know.
name?
I had a friend who was a hooker once. Somebody bought her. She got 2 kids now.
Yeah, what's his name from Pretty
Another
Women bought a
housewife.
hooker? I mean, there's tons of movies where they buy hookers and turn them into housewives.
About to say you're
Yeah,
just
in movies.
I was saying, yeah, plenty of movies where aliens invade.
The hooker with the heart of gold.
Well, then
Yeah,
happy
okay.
to introduce y'all to some From Hoe to Housewife ladies.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of Hoda Housewife ladies.
I'm sure. Just, I mean,
that's great.
maybe they
Tony.
do things differently in Texas, but not,
This is
not
not in
here in
Texas.
Birmingham.
That's Okie.
That's
Oklahoma.
This is Oklahoma.
That's Oklahoma,
Excuse me.
man.
Louisiana.
They are
This is
basically
Chicago,
the same
this is
thing.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
How dare you,
Texas
sir?
and Oklahoma are not.
Hashtag
How
controversy.
dare you?
This is
Being
Milwaukee.
controversial.
This is Dallas, Texas. You know, it's
Well, if you're gonna talk, we need to go in the room so I can get out from outside. It's
no,
hot.
because I'm watching Fuller House.
I don't want to watch
want.
Fuller House.
Well,
Turn
I
that
don't-
crap off.
no.
It's shit.
You don't understand me or my likes for Fuller House. That's why you're banished to the outside.
I'd rather be out here than inside watching that shit. Sammy sent me a message saying background noise, and it was that crap you're playing on TV. It was horrible.
Well, that's your own fault for not liking Fuller House.
We're making no edits to this.
Oh,
We are
God.
not. This is going in
Going up.
raw.
As is.
Hello, YouTube.
Stacy approved.
That needs to be a fucking shirt. I'm telling you.
Be approved. Or
It's
just
gonna
a
make $1 million. Easy.
joke smile with 2 thumbs up right next to it.
Oh God!
Just saying.
Don't give her ideas.
Make it happen.
No.
It's
Make
okay,
it-
Tony.
I mean-
Stacy
Well,
will
not
just get
to
more
be
famous
happy,
than you just by
but
yelling at
still
you.
Make it happen.
I mean, I do design T-shirts for a living, so
There you go.
Can you make?
No.
Make this
just
happen?
say no. Just tell
I
me.
can make this happen. No, I can make this happen.
All right, we're there.
This is why we're friends.
Yep, that's it.
Ah,
Go
You
inside.
just don't like it because your friends like me better. Anyhow, going back to the original piece, my opinion is I don't think you should spend real time and real money on things that don't matter.
Well,
offline.
time is a different thing. I mean, Sammy spent
How long did you spend?
copious amounts of time.
No.
Don't
and stuff.
drag him
whoa,
into
whoa, 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 whoa!
Don't bring anybody else into this. I want to ask you something honestly.
What?
That when you started playing Eve, how long did you spend on, God, one of your ginormous fucking, I don't know, what do you have, the motherships?
The fleet.
Motherships.
Motherships.
Okay. How long did you spend on that? How much actual time would you figure you spent on that?
Tread carefully.
2 years training for what?
To fly the ships perfectly.
To go where?
To fight for PvP.
What are you fighting for?
Other players, territory,
A girl worth fighting for.
more resources.
But you blew it up.
I got blown up.
But you got blown up. So you spent two.
No, you didn't. You abandoned that ship.
I was gangbanged. No, that's the freighter. These are
Oh, it's a whole nother ship. Okay, my bad.
Blown up.
yes.
How did you feel?
I don't know. I went to my station, got to my clone, got another ship.
Is this? Do you get like depressed when your ships blow up?
No, because I didn't invest more time than some other people that played. So it's okay.
But you invested 2 years of your life into something just to
You
have
act
it
like I was
blown to pieces.
non-stop on the computer, like, oh, this skill
Don't
cameras.
don't pull it up. Don't you want to go there?
I was doing fleets when I would sit there and play Eve all the time. Okay, we were ratting, fleeting, mining, you know.
But you spent 2
You were
years.
the ride or die bitch. She was amazing.
Yeah.
Essentially, you spent 2 years on a project.
Yeah, but Sammy got me addicted
To
to WoW. It's
physically have
Sammy's
it blown
fault.
up in your face.
Your worst
He's
game, though.
blaming me
you guys
for
the
WoW.
problem. It was WoW, and Sammy got me back on WoW.
Don't drag him into this.
I am.
No. This has
Gloves
nothing
are
to
off.
do with WoW. We're talking about Eve right now. We'll talk about WoW later. That's a.
Oh God.
We got Tony into trouble.
No, he gets himself into trouble. We just happen to be bystanders.
I didn't do shit other than spend real money. It's not like it's not like I was like, you know what? I can buy formula or I can buy a fucking Plex on Eve. I think I'm gonna buy a Plex. The baby can suck it up for a few.
That reminds me of the needs for mustache pacifiers.
Okay. Yeah, you know, this is all excess
You can
income.
take that out of your Eve fund.
Oh, lovely.
Ooh.
You know, I'm not like cooking meth in the garage and selling it to support my Eve addiction.
I would teach you
Breaking Plex. Like, I don't know.
how to do that.
Breaking
What?
Bad got really weird in later seasons.
Anything.
He was cancer free already, so he started getting
But
addicted
that
into
Eve
online
addiction.
gaming, and that's what really got to him. He was like, I gotta keep selling meth. I mean, my addiction.
Point is,
He really wanted to have his own fleet.
on a project. to physically have it blown up in your face.
But it's not like it was like 2 years
No.
wasted. I can keep flying that same ship. I just
But
buy
it's
another
broken
one.
into pieces.
There's tons of them. People build them. I could buy another.
Okay,
and
so
refit
you
it the exact
but
same.
it's not gonna be yours though.
It is gonna be mine.
It's
Like
gonna
they're
be
just
your
ships. It's my pilot that.
Then why on earth did you waste 2 years on it to begin with?
Because
If you could
I
just
didn't
buy
waste 2 years on a ship. I wasted 2 years on my. It's not even wasted. It's spent on my.
Ah, damn it! She was getting him too. The
You
same.
should
know.
Daffy ducked him.
Why spend 2 years doing all of that when you could just buy one?
Buy one what? You know how much it would cost to get?
So
To
you're
where I
going
am?
to spend all
20
of
bucks?
that doing exactly
$20 was what I heard.
Did we establish that?
Yeah, I thought we established it was $20.
No, it's
awful.
not. No, it's not.
It's awful.
It doesn't
That's my
require
opinion.
money other than a subscription fee to keep training.
I'm gonna find out. For
Keep
Go
training.
Go find out.
It sounds
Well-
like Trump University.
But yeah, it's
Topical.
I got back into WoW, and I'm going back into WoW because Sammy's going back into WoW.
Ugh.
During Legion, though, I mean, we still got time.
Sammy,
Yeah, Stacy. I love you, Stacy.
I love you.
Okay.
Don't do this. Spend your time and money on real-time things offline outside of the computer.
Outside is a scary
I have
place.
10 pages of paper
Go outside!
that I've written that is, there's a gap. I'll let you read the papers later. There you go. Go inside. I have them all printed out. You can read them.
grounded
They're
to
all
the
for
outside.
class. Whatever. I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
Love you.
Nice to meet you.
So, Nick, that was Stacy.
I gathered.
Ugh.
See, it's
But-
fun when they fight.
Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, I've spent a lot of money on gaming, but it's because I enjoy it.
Yes.
Yes, I think we all have.
Yeah, no one else was
I,
like, yeah, I spent money on gaming. Y'all are like, oh, he's a fucking pariah. He spent tons of money on gaming.
No, you spent money on
Because it was
Eve.
Funny to us.
And
No, it wasn't just Eve. It's been all games that I've
Oh, yeah.
spent money to. I played almost every MMO that's out there. A lot of them. A big majority of them.
You
I
never
don't play
played Dark Age
MMOs.
of Camelot.
Yes, I have. I have an account.
Oh, yeah. You still play because you're a giant nerd.
Yeah, Mac.
RuneScape 07.
The closest I've come to a subscription would be like Fallout 4's season pass or something.
Well, I mean, Xbox Live Gold.
Yeah.
I guess that counts. Yes.
It's a subscription.
Yeah. Those are even worse. You're paying for what should be free.
Socialist.
Starship Troopers, baby.
No, that's fascist. There's a fucking difference. We talked about this.
They have good uniforms.
Rico. Johnny Rico.
So, are you gonna buy the upgrade to the Xbox thing? Or you don't have an Xbox One, do you?
Fuck
Nope.
no.
It's only me and Nick that do.
We're a PlayStation family, thank you.
Yeah.
I have both now.
Well, aren't you fancy?
No. I just had somebody move in. I guess that's fancy.
He bought a
I had a
PlayStation.
house. She had a PlayStation. You know, it worked out.
Yeah, you let her move into your house, you get to play with her station.
Right.
But pish.
That's how it works.
But I don't understand the Xbox upgrade thing. Like what? Like they said they're gonna upgrade the hardware.
Yeah, instead of just releasing a new console, just release new chipsets.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know if you would buy a new console with a new chipset in it or just a new chipset and install it yourself.
Yeah, the chipset.
It seemed like they're not going to make anybody upgrade in order to play. They're just going to offer it for certain games
Yeah.
that can boost.
Like, do you
know,
want it to
graphic
run
settings.
smoother?
Like I guess for like whatever the Xbox One's equivalent of like Crysis would be, where you have to buy a new computer to play it. Like
Is
instead you could
Crysis
just
still the standard?
I don't know. I'm
Crytek,
lessy.
the
That
Crytek
ain't
engine
shit.
is still really good.
I mean, yeah.
I think
I'm not
Star
disputing
Citizen is gonna be
that.
the standard. That game fucking is
Which game?
yeah. Star Citizen. The
That
graphics
game's going to be
in-
fucking
and-
massive.
Like the graphics.
I think
are,
No Man's Sky is gonna be the fucking standard.
Star Citizen. Look up
I
the
think it's
requirements.
actually going to go to Star Citizen. I'm with Tony on this one.
Not in terms of scale. Like the whole thing about No Man's Sky is that you could spend like X amount of lifetimes, you'll still never explore everything because it's just so big.
Isn't that how big
don't
Star
think
Citizen is going to be?
Yeah, but I don't believe that about No Man's Sky. Unless it's like generated like Minecraft.
Like randomly?
Mm-hmm.
I
Then,
don't know. I think it'd be interesting if it wasn't.
but if it's fixed, I mean, someone's gonna explore it all.
No.
Yeah.
It is generated the way Minecraft does it.
Okay, then there's no way to be explored. There's never an
But
end.
no, but I think there. I don't know. I don't want to say that it is or isn't because you can explore in Minecraft, but still go back to the same spots as if they never moved. It's not like you leave, come back, and oh, it's new shit. Like if you start at point X and you move in all directions, you still can go back to everything that you discovered. Just
When's it release?
Shit, that's a damn good question. I have no
June-
idea.
Yeah,
Oh,
June 20.
yeah.
I'll pick it up. Check it out.
Yeah, I'm more curious than anything.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's going to be on your special little PlayStation 4.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, with my big sexy TV.
Mine too.
But I mean, the baby's rolling around and he's almost walking now, and so I got to be careful with that.
You got to put a baby gate around your TV.
I just put a baby gate around fucking everything, bro. Everything. Like this morning, I put him in the crib so I can go get a taco, and I come back and he's standing up. I come like,
I'm
what the
Tony
fuck?
getting taco.
I
Wouldn't
know,
it be
dude.
easier to put the baby in its own gate
No, that's
instead
dumb.
of gating everything else?
No,
It's like a
that's
cage
silly.
would be the simplest way.
He
You don't
will
cage a
freak the
baby.
fuck out.
No one puts baby in a corner.
Will Zeke? Will the baby not freak out if he doesn't have room to move?
Yeah, he will. That kid is fucking everywhere.
What you do is you get a protective hamster ball. You
Just
put
keep
the
him in
baby
that.
in there.
What I need to give him is a frozen sock, actually.
Let him chew on that.
Oh yeah, let him chew on a frozen sock. That's what you got to do
With fruit.
What?
with fruit in there. Oh yeah, Nick. What man? Our first episode was technically a year and a half ago. We still never really. We had mentioned ideas on how to, because Stacy was pregnant at the time,
Yeah, she was still pregnant and hadn't had the baby yet.
and we were talking about ways to handle teething, but cheap, but like real cheap, like not having to actually buy.
Teething
A
toys.
$2 teething ring.
Yeah, it's a cheap teething.
Right.
ring. We were
Baby
like-
on a budget.
So Tony's suggestion was a frozen sock.
A clean sock, though.
Clean though, it's clean. I mean,
So it's fun.
That makes a difference.
well, no. See, I was saying what you do is you get that sock, and you put fruit inside of it. That way, it has like a taste. So he's teething, but he's all like,
And he's
orange.
getting snacks.
Like,
And then in 20 years, when he has a foot fetish and he suddenly remembers the
There's
fruit-filled
nothing
socks,
wrong with having a fetish. Okay, there's nothing wrong with it.
I'm not saying there is. I'm just saying he would have a very clear indication of where it came from.
Tony,
yeah.
do you have a foot fetish?
I do indeed, actually.
Neat.
Oh, don't everyone fucking get all quiet at once. Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
like, I don't know.
No,
what
by
the-
all means, go on.
I mean, I thought you were gonna
Continue.
go on. I thought you were gonna say Quentin Tarantino's my hero.
I was gonna say, like, maybe he sucked on fruit socks when he was a kid. I don't know.
Tony, did you
That's
suck
what
on
happens.
foot socks?
I don't think so. Not that I recall.
He just watched Pulp Fiction a billion times and was like, "Uma Thurman's feet." Mm-mm.
Dude, her feet are disgusting, bro.
Fuck
Fuck
that. Dust till dawn. Fucking Selma Hayek's feet.
Salma
Mm.
Hayek's feet. Mm-mm.
Salma Hayek, yeah.
Are you dissing Salma Hayek? Is that what that was?
This is the most I've thought about her feet. Does that count?
I mean,
you
that
ever watched
movie
Toad?
forces you. I mean,
Yeah, it's her shoving her feet into Quentin Tarantino's mouth.
I mean, it's not my thing, so I didn't really think about it much.
If she wanted to, I don't think I'd say no.
Yeah, if she was like,
well,
take a
yeah,
shot
but it
off
wouldn't
my
be for
toe.
my benefit.
I would take a shot off her toes. I mean,
oh god, this got into fucked up territory real quick.
This is where I thrive.
I would consider it. I mean, has she been walking around or are her feet clean?
She's in heels and her feet are clean.
I'm down.
Like
But
she's
you
gonna
just
be
did the
clean,
dog
fair.
shit, so I mean, do you risk the amount of time that she's walked in those heels to wipe it off?
But you got to think the alcohol in the liquor is going to kill whatever
Oh,
germs
God.
are there. So
You're gonna logic this, okay?
so it's semi-sterile. I mean, it's doable.
I'm
You're saying
intrigued.
Selma Hayek's feet are doable?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that too. Oh
You
yeah.
heard it here first, folks.
On
I'm
that
sure.
note,
I'm sure we're not the first people to say that.
I think that should be what we end on. Tony's foot fetish.
Can that be a new narrative that we're gonna run with?
Oh God, please no.
Is that the name of the episode? Tony's foot
Tony's foot fetish.
No, it'd have to be something better. Not Tony's foot fetish. So I barely talked to like the first half, and then I argued with Stacy on game currency, and which I'm gonna hear about it tonight. Like when I get off, she's like, "You fucking spent that much?" Like I already know it.
I mean, we heard it just now, and soon the internet will hear it.
Make sure you leave that part he just said him so Stacy hears it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the
she's
important
like,
part.
"I don't sound like that," and I'm like, "Yeah, you do." She gets mad, dude. She gets so mad.
It's like you want to like get punched in the dick. I don't understand it.
I enjoy the conflict because it's not ever like super bad. It's just little play fights, like conflict, and it's very entertaining. So I do enjoy it.
It's funny to listen to.
It is. It is. This conversations are like nonstop every day.
Why do you think I always make you two pick fights? I find that entertaining.
I get bored.
I get bored. Amuse me, peasants.
Thank you for listening to the Roundtable. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and catch us next time.
Talking about my foot fetish on here.
Stacy, can you confirm whether or not he has a
Confirmed
foot
reports of
Of him liking big feet.
fetish?
the
Stacy,
ability to lie about
He
it.
definitely likes the tootsies.
he likes toes. He likes the foot.
Yeah.
Oh, Stacy confirmed. That was a sad
Well, yeah,
one.
I'm not gonna lie about it.
That's a sad one.
It'd be easier if I didn't hate so much. That to include my own.
Yeah, you are weirded out by toes, aren't you?
I don't like toes or feet or anything. I don't even like my own.
It's not like I put them all in my mouth.
Somebody's got to. I
Not
guess.
anymore.